daytime, maybe on the South Side or North Shore, Strip District, and kind of having a good time, and sports are on at that time. So a lot of times that's what I see as well. Not just nighttime kicking it, but daytime kicking it on a Saturday afternoon, Sunday
Listen,
afternoon.
back in the day, I could go 24 hours a day. But when I get off this weekend shift at 1 o'clock, I'll just tell you, it reminds me of breakfast because I'm toast. Listen, I go home, I melt into that chair for at least an hour. And I think about how I used to go from here to do a game in Ohio or drive to like Zanesville or Columbus. It's a miracle. But it was always at the end of the day, you knew you had that reward. But here's what's happened. COVID, and I've talked to a couple of proprietors, people's thought process have changed. They do go out in the afternoon now, and they go home for dinner at night, and they're in for the rest of the night. So a lot of life has gone into these places in the afternoon. And look, people have also found a way to, go pick up a six-pack and go home, too. So it is what it is. But I love those small businesses, man.
Yeah, and I just keep harping back to, when COVID was here and nobody was out.
That was horrible.
Yeah, that was horrible. And it's so great to see, all those people at the Steeler preseason game and all these people at the Pirate game last night. And we got past COVID. People are out again. The cultural district is looking nice at the Benedum Center and Heinz Hall. So I think Pittsburgh's looking pretty good. Downtown is feeling good.
Downtown is a great place, man. Still one of the most incredible cities anywhere, Pittsburgh. All right, Rob, good stuff.
All right,
let me get a break. We got Ted, Mount Washington, waiting in the wings. I got lots more to get to before we get to our Pittsburgh Works programming, which starts next hour on KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
News Radio, KDKA, Sports.
Sports brought to you by Coons Quality Foods with 8 locations to serve you a Pittsburgh tradition. A strong start by Bubba Chandler and home runs from Rafael Flores Jr. and Brandon Lau. The Pirates beat Boston last night, 8-4, 2 teams again tonight, 6:40. You can hear it on 93.7 The Fan. A scary moment for Nick Gonzalez as he was removed after being hit by a pitch in the helmet, and he is being evaluated and is listed as day-to-day. This Black and Gold Camp Update is brought to you by Goodrich and Geist and Oliver Flowers. The Steelers got a strong debut from rookie receiver Jeremy Bernard Thursday as they won their first preseason game of the year, 28-9 against Green Bay at Accushore Stadium. He stepped up and was the offense's primary receiving threat for starting quarterback Mason Rudolph. The second-round pick out of Alabama finished the game with 4 receptions on 5 targets for 51 yards. Soccer tonight, FNB Stadium, Riverhounds take on Charleston. And at the St. Jude Championship through 2 rounds, world number 1 Scotty Scheffler had a second-round 61. He is at 11 under and has a 3-shot lead. More sports, 93.7thefan.com.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hey, it's Brew. Between my radio show, filming content, editing videos, and trying to stay connected with family, reliable Wi-Fi isn't really optional anymore. I just need it to work. And that's why I like that with Xfinity, you get the most reliable, fiber-powered Wi-Fi with the best equipment at one price for 5 years, guaranteed. No contracts or commitments. Plus, Xfinity makes getting connected simple with same-day Wi-Fi so you can get online in minutes. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Use of fiber or coaxial cable. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi. Xfinity. Imagine that.
I'm pediatric allergist Dr. Carla Davis. If your child has asthma, let's take a breath together and talk. Does your child need to use a quick relief inhaler more than twice a week to treat asthma? Has your child repeatedly awakened at night due to asthma? If you said yes to either of these questions, it's time to talk to an allergy and asthma specialist like me to help you control your child's asthma. If you feel your child's asthma is not under control, go to controlyourasthma.org.
Sponsored by the Allergy and Asthma Network.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? A man age 50 non-tobacco user can obtain $500,000 of coverage for as little as $110 per month, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. Call Term Busters for a quote, 1-800-908-7636. You're probably paying more than you should. Call 1-800-908-7636. Sample rate for preferred non-tobacco rate class, exam required to qualify. For details, call 1-800-908-7636. Paid for by Robert Livinger, Insurance Agent.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
All right, I want to finish this talk because I promised you I'd bring it up. Then we're going to get Teddy on the line here. Anybody else? We're in the home stretch of open talk. 866-391-1020. I mentioned some of these schools, 100 years old, 110, 90 years old, 80 years old. What built them from the ground up and the foundation that is solid enough to have them still standing is the steel industry. The only way to start fresh and to build better is to bring business in. That's why these data centers are needed now more than ever. Talk it over, think it over. Both sides of the political aisle, communities, you have every right. If you say no, simply say, let's find a better place, or we just don't want to do it. Either way, make up your mind, because if we don't make a decision soon, they will go elsewhere. And you may say that's okay, but if you start thinking about how many times we have let opportunity slip through our fingers, it's another brick being taken out of our foundation, including the public education system in America, as we are days away from another school year for our children and grandchildren. They deserve better, and so do you. 866-391-1020. Here's Ted, wants to talk about our economy here in Pittsburgh. Hey, Teddy.
What's going on, Rob?
It's Saturday morning, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and ready to tackle the world until 1 o'clock today. How about you?
Living out an American dream, man.
My man. All right, what's on your mind? Talk to me about the economy.
Well, hey, by the way, you got a nice basement, too. I like your takes on YouTube. You got a great basement.
Yeah. You know what, man? That little basement of mine, it's my sanctuary. It's my rabbit hole. All I do is, and this is crazy, for a guy that never sat at home, ever, I must be getting close to that time in my life, because when I wake up, I always say goodbye, basement, and I cannot wait to get back there later today. Life is good, man. I get to watch some Turner Classic Movies, sit in a lazy boy and pretend I'm my dad. It's a good thing. I like that little basement. Hey, listen, I've lived in bigger and better, but I like my little house, man. It's my home.
Only suggestion I'll say, you got to work on the lighting.
I know.
Just a little bit.
I know. Well, I do that
I
do that so you can't see the wrinkles. And my bald spot. You know what I mean, man? So I know. I need to light it up a little bit more. You're right. But you know what? Everybody keeps telling me they're going to help me with it, and nobody does anything for me. I worked in television for 20 years. You think somebody could show up and give me some lighting. I made them enough money. I just want them to donate some of the stuff you're throwing out. Bring it over. I know. I would love if I could do everything from home more times than not, because I don't know, but one thing I'm a taskmaster. I almost work harder when I'm at home. During COVID, I'm one of these people that actually gets more done at home. I don't know why that is, but it is. So just a food for thought. But I'm glad you're.
I absolutely like that better than almost the radio. I'll just be honest. It's more direct. It's more personal.
Well, listen, I don't know. So let me just tell folks for what it's worth. We got the best platforms here at Odyssey, but I started in 2010 when I got out of television full time after 20 years. I said, I want to stay connected, and I wanted to buy in on all this technology, and I'm on every platform, and you should subscribe to me because I use it to cross-promote Odyssey and KDKA, and Teddy can attest to that. But I've really done some great stuff, especially my live stuff that gets a lot of views. And it's from the heart. And I always try to give a message of hope. But you really want to see some good stuff, in my humble opinion, if you haven't already, you should subscribe to me on YouTube, Facebook, X. I'm also on TikTok. And, of course, connected to the great brand that's Odyssey, too. But, you know, when I do all that, Teddy, I've been doing it for so long, and there's times I'm like, I'm going to stop doing this. No, you get 1,000 one day, and then you get 500 the next day. You think is there anybody actually watching this stuff? You know what I mean? So that really did me good today to hear that coming from someone who I have a lot of respect for. So thank you for saying that.
Well, you pick up on the news that no one picks up. So, I mean, the networks can, but there's a lot of news out there and a lot of good news that's not being reported. And you pick that up, especially when it comes to business.
Yeah, well, I got to give Pittsburgh Business Times all the credit there. How did you find me? You were on YouTube one day?
Oh, yes. I was at home, and I was just looking around.
Well, tell your friends to subscribe. Get more people to watch it because it gives me a chance to push my radio show going into the night or the weekend, and it actually helps me generate more listeners. Honestly, I don't know who, what, when, where, why, or how, but I know what I hear. I have more first-time callers, especially during the evening show, 6 to 10, than I've ever had, and people in their 20s and in their 30s. And I got to believe a lot of them, because I get comments, are finding me on YouTube, X, TikTok, Facebook, usually my age, a little younger, but they're finding me and they're coming over to the radio show. So that's a good thing, man. That's a good thing. Anyway, what's on your mind? Go ahead.
Yeah, real quick. I like when you and your producer were talking about Pittsburgh. But, man, do you remember when they used to have diners and also drive-ins?
Oh, yeah, man.
People don't even know what that is anymore.
Listen, diners, that's one of the things that I always wanted to do is to take this show or the weeknight show and go to a diner and do a show and just talk to people. That's what I do. I don't know if you follow me on Facebook, but I do a lot of live stuff there. I'll go into a diner. We were at the Brighton Hot Dog Shop yesterday with the mayor and a guy on the school board who sold cars in that community for like 50 years. And we did a little sports. We did a little politics. We talked, the business matrix of a small city, and it's blowing up, going viral. I brought Jimmy Ross of the Skyliners to my home studio. That thing has gone viral. So I just like talking to people, Ted, and I'm a good listener, and it's all about hope. And, yeah, we do get a heated conversation going from time to time, but in the end, it's all about helping each other so we can pave a better future. You know as well as I do, we need to fix things with this economy, especially in Pittsburgh, because if we don't, there's not going to be any future for the next generation.
That's true, but I wish you could do a talk show with Corey O'Connor.
Oh, I've had Corey on many times since he was a kid. But, I mean, everybody talks to him. What am I going to talk? I mean, my boss talked to him. You can see that on X. I mean, Yeah,
but it's not the same, though. It's not the same. I mean, more of a personal. You know what I'm saying?
Like I do. I know what you mean.
Yes.
And that's taking nothing away from anybody else. But I'm a pretty good conversationist, and I do ask questions, because I feel many people feel the same way I do. And I had a lot of great conversations with his father, as I'm sure you remember.
Right. Oh, yeah. That's to me, it's overdue. That kind of conversation is overdue. To really get to the heartbeat of what's going on downtown.
Well,
I wish you can do that and pull that off.
I do believe he's really doing a good job. And I think Rachel Heisler is a superstar. And look, I got no skin in the game. I don't live in Pittsburgh, but I know what I know. And I've been around since Peter Flaherty and Tom Murphy and Sophie Masloff and Richard Caligiuri. So I've seen, and Corey reminds me a lot of his father. A little different method as far as how he handles it, but he's got the same attitude, and I see things happening in a good way. So I'm not going to give up hope.
Oh, no, I don't give hope, but I wish you can get an interview with him.
Well, listen, I can get, I'm sure, Corey anytime, and if he's listening, which hopefully he's getting a little sleep right now, he's always welcome. And I'll have video, we'll travel, and I'll tag KDK so everybody can see it. But I love talking to people. It's what I do. All right, good stuff, Teddy. Thanks. 866-391-1020. Mike in Shaler, he wants to talk about those data centers. We'll get to that next. Stay with us.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements